Hi kids, I'm Storytime Pup, and welcome to the Storytime Pup Show. I'm so glad you came by to play. I love when my friends come by to play, and you're one of my friends. Are you ready to have fun? Let's see what we're going to do today. Magic marker, show us what we're going to do today. Yay! It's storybook time! We love storybook time! Well, hi kids, and thanks for stopping by for today's book. Today's book is Will Little Roo Ever? And it's written by Chuck Miller and illustrated by Jacob Below. Are you ready? Okay, let's get started with today's book. The only thing Little Roo ever did early was come into the world. After her early arrival, she was late for just about everything else. Roo didn't eat solid foods when the other babies ate. Oh dear, wondered Daddy, how will Little Roo ever grow big enough to play running back for the Mountaineer football team if she doesn't soon learn to eat? Roo wasn't worried about eating, and she certainly wasn't interested in skinning her knees playing football. And then one day, when it looked like she might never eat a single bite, Roo grabbed her spoon and began shoveling in mouthfuls of mashed potatoes. Daddy sure was relieved when that happened, but he did kind of miss the way she used to suckle her bottle, tucked away in his arms. Roo didn't talk when the other babies talked. Oh dear, wondered Mommy. How will Little Roo ever make any friends if she doesn't soon learn to talk? Roo wasn't worried about talking when she already spoke the beautiful language of babies. And then one day, when it looked like she might never utter a real word, Roo started talking in full sentences. Mommy sure was relieved when that happened, but she did kind of miss hearing the musical baby noises she could never quite understand. Roo didn't walk when other babies walked. Oh dear, wondered Daddy. How will Little Roo ever hike to our favorite fishing hole if she doesn't soon learn to walk? Roo wasn't worried about walking or hiking to the fishing hole when she had Daddy to carry her way up high where she could see. And then one day, when it looked like she might never walk, Roo stood up and strode across the floor. Daddy sure was relieved when that happened, but he did kind of miss the way his little girl fit perfectly on his palm when he used to carry her. Roo didn't sleep in her own bed when the other babies slept in their own beds. Oh dear, wondered Mommy, how will Little Roo ever go on a sleepover if she doesn't soon learn to sleep in her own bed? Roo wasn't worried about sleeping in her own bed or attending a sleepover at a strange home. And then one day, when it looked like she might never sleep in her own bed, Roo grabbed her trusted Teddy, marched into her room, and hopped into her bed. Mommy sure was relieved when that happened, but she did kind of miss watching her little angel sleep so peacefully right next to her. Roo didn't stack blocks when the other babies stacked them. Oh dear, wondered Daddy. How will Little Roo ever help me build a sandbox if she doesn't soon learn to stack blocks? Roo wasn't worried about stacking blocks or getting all dirty building a sandbox. And then one day, when it looked like she might never stack blocks, Roo built a tower to rival the Egyptian pyramids. Daddy sure was relieved when that happened, but he did kind of miss her wide-eyed attention while he worked. Roo didn't use the potty when the other babies did. Oh dear, wondered Mommy. How will little Roo ever go on a play date to the park if she doesn't soon learn to use the potty? Roo wasn't worried about using the potty or going on a play date to the big park where she might get lost. And then one day, when it looked like she might never use the potty, Roo bounded over to her big girl potty and jumped on. Mommy sure was relieved when that happened, and she didn't miss a thing about changing diapers. Roo didn't ride her bike when the other babies rode their bikes. Oh dear, wondered Daddy. How will little Roo ever explore the forest trails with me if she doesn't soon learn to ride? Roo wasn't worried about riding her bike or exploring forest trails where she might see a creepy bug. And then one day, when it looked like she might never ride, Roo sped off down the street. Daddy sure was relieved when that happened, but now that she could go so far, he did kind of miss watching her ride her tricycle round and around the driveway. Roo didn't learn to read when the other babies began reading. Oh dear, wondered Mommy. How will little Roo ever go to school if she doesn't soon learn to read? Roo wasn't worried about reading or going to school and meeting all those new people. And then one day, when it looked like she might never read, Roo started reading aloud to Mommy. Mommy sure was relieved when that happened, and though she loved listening to Roo read, she did kind of miss hearing her say, "Mommy, read me a story." Finally, one day, Mommy and Daddy didn't have to wonder anymore. Little Roo had done everything the other kids did. She had eaten and talked and walked and slept in her own bed and stacked blocks and used the potty and ridden a bike and read her books. She wasn't a little baby anymore. She hadn't been for quite some time. And now she was going to school with the other children, just as they had hoped, where the teacher would call her by her given name, Ruby. They sure were relieved when that happened, and they had all these wonderful memories of their little baby Roo growing up just the way she was supposed to grow. The end. So what did you think about today's book? Did you learn anything from today's book? Some kids may not do things as quick as other kids. Sometimes it takes people a little bit longer. And before you know it, they'll be doing everything just fine. I want to say a great big thank you to Chuck Miller for this wonderful book about Roo.